Greetings, Orphanites, and welcome back to the filmmaking vlog here at theorphanmovie.com. As always, I'm Jonathan Russell, the producer, writer, director of the Orphan, and as you can probably tell from my voice, I'm still having a little bit of problem getting over the crud from last week. We have some odd edits. It's probably because I had to take a coughing break. We've got some things going on behind the scenes here still, and there's a few things swimming around my head that I hadn't really fully formed into ideas we were going to enact. But tonight we wanted to go ahead and get our vlog series going back again, and I was going to talk about production company. Before I start, I do want to tell you that I am not an expert in business. I am not an attorney. If you are going to form a production company for your film, I highly advise you speak to somebody who knows about businesses, preferably an attorney who practices in your state and knows the regulations and laws that are applicable to businesses in your specific state. All of this is going to be purely conjecture and based on what I've found out and what's working in our particular case. Now, if you're a running gun type filmmaker, you probably don't need a production company, or if you're ultra low, you own all of your equipment, all of your locations and such, you probably really don't have to do it. In our particular case, we decided it was a good idea for a few different reasons. One of the reasons is that the main location we're going to be filming at presents certain safety issues, and we're going to be getting insurance on the production in order to protect the cast and crew in case of accidents. And it seemed like it would be a lot easier to run something like that through a production company than doing it on a personal basis. Another reason is financial. We're going to be fundraising for this sometime in the very near future, and once we get to that point, we'll be giving you more heads up and more information on that. But keeping the finances separate from our personal finances seems like a really good idea, because once tax time comes around especially, you're having to separate out what was for the business, what was for your own personal use. And it just seems like it'd be an accounting nightmare. It's just not worth the effort to go through. Now, the type of business we decided to go with is a limited liability company. It's an LLC for short. The reason we decided that's going to work best for us is partly because of the name, limited liability. We're a small production. We're not going to have a lot of money in this. And limited liability company offers certain protections that we think would be nice or necessary to have for ourselves. A limited liability company actually will protect your personal finances, keeps them separate from in court from your business finances. Say if we had an actor that was on set, stepped on a rusted nail and got lockjaw and was sitting at home watching TV one day eating his lunch through a straw and saw a commercial for Dewey Cheatham Howe, attorneys at law, saying, "You too can sue," and well, he might decide that he wants to sue. If we didn't have the production of a limited liability company or some other type of production company, then I, as the producer, would be personally responsible for any judgments against those. When the judge banged down the gavel on a $1.2 million lawsuit, I'd be the one responsible for coming up with that. And if it meant selling my house, selling my car, pulling all the money I got out of the bank, well, that's what I was going to have to do. With the company, specifically a limited liability company, all that can be gotten is the assets of the company. If it happens, say, towards the end of the production and there was nothing left in the company but half a roll of gaff tape and $200 in the bank, that's all that they could get. And I know it kind of seems like, well, this is CYA, and yes, it is. But on the other hand, I have to protect myself. I have to protect my family. But I'm also, as I said, going to be protecting my actors by getting insurance. And that's another vlog in itself. Now, there's plenty of information out there on the internet. There's plenty of books available. I've been sitting here studying limited liability companies for dummies. But make sure that whenever you find out about the information you're going to be using, that it's specific to your state. Make sure you know your state's laws. That's why, like I said, go to a business lawyer, somebody who specializes in business, someone who can tell you this is what the laws are in your specific state. These are the regulations you're going to have to follow. That's about all I have for this time around. starting to lose my voice a little bit, and I'm glad y'all stuck with us. As always, you can send us any comments or suggestions. Really want to hear from y'all. Any comments, anything you want us to talk about here, you can contact us at realorphanmovie@gmail.com. We're on social media. The Orphan Movie, that's on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And the website, of course, is theorphanmovie.com. Glad y'all joined us again. We'll try and keep up the weekly vlogs. Hopefully I won't get sick again. But thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you next time.